I'm sorry, folks. I'm using a new phone. Someone texted me and it just stopped down this whole app. I'm just going to put this up in two parts. I'm sorry for the ugliness of it, but I cannot start all over again, okay? So I hope you guys understand. This will be, part one will be in two parts because I just got text, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. As I was saying, this is the sprint run. Sprint run is, as we say, it is an exclusive. There's only at the most 1,000. Once they're done, they're done. And then they go on the secondary market. I bought these on the secondary market in great condition. This is the brown version. Is that beautiful? Again, the Delica version. And then this year, yeah, if they have a HAP 40 Endura, they're going to do a HAP 40 Delica, and they did. I love this HAP 40 in the Delica. I love that entire collection. You'll see the entire collection as we go through this. That in itself is a mini collection, but I wanted to keep all the Enduras and Delicas and all the other knives together as we go through this Spyderco-palooza and all of the collection. Now, those are my Delicas, but I have three more, and these are special Delicas. These are the Delicas that were just released last year or the year before. They're the special Delica Carr Arms, K-A-H-R Arms. It's a wonderful gun company if you're into guns. I'm more into knives. My grandfather was guns and knives. I love knives. My younger brother loves the guns. But this is a tactical knife. And what happened was they teamed up with Spyderco's Michael Janik, the real self-defense pro, to come up with a Delica that they then made into a very, very self-defense tactical blade. And there's a wonderful YouTube video showing Janik, showing you how effective this is. Of course, Carr Arms wanted it because, you know, the stability of the Delica with this wonderful new shape. It's now well under 3 inches. The blade is now 2.5 inches, still VG10. They have a coating, a gray coating on it. But man, I really love it. I do. So in this case, they figure you can carry this legally in every state. It's under the 3-inch. And it's very tactical, compact and tactical. Some of you may be saying, when I first showed this, someone said, yeah, it costs the same as a Delica. Well, it is a Delica, just a smaller blade. And what can you really do with it? Watch that video. Oh, it's scary what you can do with this shape. What they also did was they made sure that they put them in colors. Remember when I told you the original idea behind FRN? Really light, for everyone can use, even women. This was their marketing. But also easy to have different colors. Well, the Carr Arms, which is where you buy it off of cararms.com, the Carr Arms versions, they wanted it to blend into khaki jeans, blue jeans, or my favorite, black jeans or black pants. And so they have it in 3 different colors, all representing the jeans. That, my friends, with that brief interruption, so this will be a 2-parter coming up. That, my friends, is the Endura collection and the Delica collection. And now in part 2 of part 1, how about that? Now we're going to talk about the natives. Now, as you guys know, the Enduras, or should know, the Enduras and Delicas are made in Japan, and they are made very well. That's why the cost is so low. And that's why it's VG10 as far as the blades are concerned. So you don't see, except for the HAP 40, you on both of these, where it's a different blade steel, obviously, it's usually VG10. It's different when you get into the natives. So let's start with the natives. This is a native 3. And, I started getting natives. Yes, it looks ugly. Spyderco always jokes that people talk about, and they said it in the write-up on this knife, people always talk about their designs look like the designer was blind in a dark room. Now, part of that sounds like a put down, but the other part of that is, but they're ugly, but boy, do they fit nice in the hand. This is fatter. This is one of the fattest natives that come around. This was actually not made in the USA. This is VG10 steel, so they started making it in Japan. Fat, it has that deeper second choil. All of the natives have a place to put your hand, but this one was fatter FRN scales. Look at the wire clip, the earlier wire clip. the earlier wire pocket clip. I love the wire pocket clip, by the way. This is the earlier one. Fat. Everything's fat about this. I love the 50-50 choil. I'm a big 50-50 choil guy. And my fat hands, but it fits so nice. It's discontinued, didn't sell that well. It also rides in your pocket a little thicker and fatter, but man, it's light because of the FRN scales. This was one of the first knives, by the way, the natives, where they had tip up. Remember, when the earlier days when they did FRN and they only had one side for the clip, they wanted tip up because you pulled it out and your thumb was right there to open it. This is the first one of the earlier ones where they had it for the left-hander as well. This is the native, folks. Didn't sell well, feels great in the hand. VG10, it was manufactured in Japan. They brought the manufacturing to the good old USA and to their headquarters in Colorado. This Delica, of course, same profile. Why did I call it a Delica? It's a native. I apologize, you guys. Same profile. Now it's in the U.S., and they have S30V steel, U.S. steel, CPM S30V steel, that FRN scales with a wonderful grip. Again, they made the second choil a little bit more shallow, but still feels good. And look at that. Not as fat, right? Spyderco learned. See how fat that was compared to the other one? Look at it. They put on a regular clip. Really made it thinner. I love the native. I like smaller knives. This thing feels bigger and really ready to do some work. The spear point blade with that swedge on the top makes the blade thinner. S30V steel. So not only the manufacturing moves to US, but now you're getting that US steel put into the native. They did announce, Eric Glasser announced that they are starting to ship some American steel to Japan. So we'll probably start seeing Enduras and Delicas with different steels now. Here's what most of you are familiar with an Endura. Stop, Kevin. A native. I apologize, guys. Don't beat me up in the in the comments. You know me. But obviously, we're going through the natives. They upgraded to S35VN steel. You guys are used to the flat ground blade is what they're going with now. 3.1 inch blade, flat ground. This is the profile we're used to, right? Black G10, grippy G10. Again, S35VN with the clip. The choil, shallower but feels nice. I love that 50-50 choil. The native is a wonderful seller for Spyderco, but also a wonderful US made knife. S35VN steel. I love that Spyderco uses that native platform for a lot of innovation. This is a special Spyderco knife. It's not a sprint run. It was a production knife. It is a production knife. I don't believe it's discontinued. It's still available. This plays off of the knife that we all know and love with the native. But it has that fluted titanium. Man, you want to talk classy. You have got to talk fluted titanium. 3.1 inch blade with that 50-50. When I say 50-50 choil, 50% of its blade, the other 50 is handle, so you don't take up a lot of the blade, but man, you just get right in there. Look at that. It just fits so nice. The strong back lock, S35VN steel, and that wonderful fluted titanium, that starburst pattern. It looks beautiful. It feels great in the hand with that clip, but man, is that beautiful or what? I love the native, and I love the fluted native. I also have the fluted military, which I'll show you when we go through the paramilitaries and the militaries as we continue. This is, by the way, folks, and I'm sorry for the abrupt end of the first part and the abrupt beginning of the second. That's what happens when you do these with a cell phone. I apologize for all of that. But we're making our way through the Enduras, through the Delicas, and now through my native collection. And we're going to continue to do these videos throughout the coming days and weeks as we go through the over 200 Spydercos that I have. We're celebrating reaching over 1,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. Please thumb this up. Go wild on a thumb up. Tell me that you enjoy this kind of video, that you enjoy the Keith Kevin Ken channel. Hit that subscriber button. Now our goal is to reach 2,000. 2,000. And when we do, I'm gonna have a knife giveaway, 2 knives, 2 big Spyderco knives. One of them will be a sprint run knife, new out of the box. And also we'll go through another one of my Pelican cases that has my customs, my Browse blades, my Striders, my Hinderers, a lot of knives. So hit that subscribe button and become a part of our knife community here on the Keith Kevin Ken channel. And this is a sprint run. This is a sprint run native. Yeah, that's right. S110V steel, CPM S110V steel. It was a sprint run before the blurples came out. It has carbon fiber pill ply, but it feels great in the hand. Carbon fiber pill ply, so not the real stuff, but it feels great in the hand. Yeah, 3.1 inch blade, same profile. This is a sprint run, 1,000 or less. It's already discontinued, but you can still find these. They're kind of hard to find, but you can still find them on the secondary market. S110 steel. Again, I love that Spyderco continues to play with the native format. I love it. And because it's US, they can do all kinds of things with all kinds of steels. Yeah, 2016 has been a mega epic year for Spyderco. And of course, the blurple series, the dark blue series. This was a sprint run at S110V steel, which is what sprint runs are. They introduce new steels to a current format, another variation. But what Spyderco did was they came out with a series of S110V steel production knives, and they used the native for that. There are 2 versions of that production S110V steel knife coming from Spyderco. This is the FRN version, the dark blue. You can see it's CPM S110V steel. They also have what the internet's been calling blurple. It's a G10 dark bluish purple, and it's also S110. They did it on the paramilitary, the military, the native. What else, folks? There's another one. I have them all. How about that? I just go, I have them all. I believe it's the stretch. Spyderco stretch as well. All S110 steel. You gotta love. No, I'm sorry, not the stretch. On the Mannix as well. And the Mannix, they did two. They did the lightweight FRN just like this S110, and they did the blurple G10 as well. What a beautiful knife. I'm so excited. So now I have two CPM S110V steel, the limited sprint run, and of course the dark purple version. Let me just scrunch all these up. And then my last native I just got several weeks ago, celebrating Spyderco's 40th anniversary. Yes, they used the knife that they introduced in 1997, the American-made native. They used that as the platform. What a beautiful knife. 3D, contoured. This stuff is not pill ply. This is the real carbon fiber. It's also ribbed like this, carbon fiber, but more subtle. It gives you a little grip, but it's just beautiful. Just well made. I think the clips have something to be desired. I would have loved to see, I know the tradition of this clip on all the natives. I would have loved to see the wire clip like on the Sage series. But man, it's so beautiful. Damascus, the Thor pattern from Damasteel. Actually, Damasteel used the Thor pattern for their 20th anniversary, and Spyderco said, we want to use it for our 40th. You see the 40th anniversary on the blade, which is this is just so well made from Spyderco. I love this knife. Brand new. I think it's a wonderful celebration, released in a really epic year for Spyderco. They've released more knives than they ever have before in 1 year. And that concludes part 2 of the part 1. Again, I apologize for the abrupt start to this section. I apologize to the abrupt ending to the last one. I don't have time right now to edit them together. I have our regular daily pocket dump deconstruction to get ready and then run off to work late. Thank you very much for the first part of Spyder-palooza. Don't forget to thumb this up. Go crazy on these special videos. Thumb it up. Go crazy. Also, don't forget to hit that button. More of the collection is coming. We've just hit the top of the iceberg. We're going to go through it all in celebration of reaching more than 1,000 subscribers. Now we're on to 2,000. Once we do 2,000, we have the knife giveaway, one of them being a sprint run, 2 knives. Maybe we'll go even more than 2 knives. We'll also do another case of all the other knives that I have. We'll have a good time, but hey, we've got more than 100 or 200 more Spydercos to go through as we continue with these special videos. Hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. That'll be notifications. They'll notify you when more Spyderco and more pocket dump deconstructions are uploaded by me. Hey, you guys, I really appreciate you. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I hope you enjoy these videos. Thumb it up, share it, like it, subscribe, hit that notification. Hey, you guys, I'm wishing you a perfect day. Mean it in all sincerity. You have a perfect day. Keep your pockets full. Goodbye.